Hi and welcome. This is Victoria, the horror academic for All the Horror, and we're talking today with Joe Ripple of the charity Scares the Care. Joe, thanks for being with us today.
Victoria, thank you for the opportunity. I appreciate it.
Definitely, I've been a fan of what you do for years now, and I'm happy to be able to share it with the All the Horror community. And let's tell them a little bit what the charity is about. So, if you could kind of describe what Scares does for me.
Sure. Scares the Care is an all volunteer 501c3 charity organization. And each year, what we do is we select three families. They consist of a individual who is fighting breast cancer, a child or adult that's been severely burned, and a child that is severely sick. And what we do is we raise $30,000 and then we give each family a check for $10,000.
That's great. Can you explain to me what makes Scares different? What does this charity do, and how do you approach helping the families that makes us a little different than other charities?
The way we're different from other charities, I would say number one, like I said, we're all volunteer. So we don't receive a check or a salary for what it is that we do. Secondly, we're different in the sense that when we adopt a family, they understand that we could use their story and their pictures so that people who donate could actually see to where their money's going. And also at the end, when they receive their gift, we share the pictures of the gift giving ceremony with our donors so they can see that we've completed the mission.
Which is great. It's you get to know the people that you're helping, which is very it's a great feeling as someone who helps give to the charity. Um, could you also explain or describe what the link is between Scares That Care and the horror community?
The link is that we have to go back a long time, back to the 90s, believe it or not. Um, I was a police detective, and my partner at the time had a 3-year old daughter who developed an inoperable brain tumor, and she passed when she was 4 years old. I had the honor to be one of her pallbearers, and at the same time all of that was going on, I was the head of security for a major East Coast horror convention, which is now no longer in existence. Um, and putting two and two together, I got to see how kind and generous horror fans truly were, and they didn't have a banner with which they could donate back to people who are in need. And like I said, two and two together, and Scarce the Care was born.
Yeah, I mean, I remember Horrifying back in the day. So yeah, it definitely had its own community already, and we were just ready and waiting for someone to help. Um, and how about I know one of the recipients every year is a burn victim, and I know that that's very important to one of the members of the board. Um, can you talk about Kane Hodder's involvement with the charity?
Sure, Kane Hodder himself is a burn survivor, and he really liked what we do. And at the time, we were only assisting a sick child and a lady who was fighting breast cancer. The sick child obviously came because of my partner's daughter. Um, Breast cancer was selected because I grew up in the 80s, so I'm dating myself. Um, and back in the 80s, you couldn't go see a horror movie without at some point, a woman who was topless running across the screen.
It's true.
So we wanted to kind of give back, if that makes sense. So we adopted a lady who was fighting breast cancer. But Kane came to us and he said, I would love to be a part of this. Is there any way you could incorporate an individual who is a burn survivor? And we said, yeah, absolutely. Um, so we partnered with Kane, and now each and every time we adopt a burn survivor, Kane is notified. And when we present the check, Kane likes to call them personally to give them some encouragement. to let them know they're not alone, to let them know that he's been through what they're going through, and it really boosts their morale.
Yeah, it's really great to see too.
Yeah,
Uh, Well, we appreciate all the work that you and Scares to Care does. And if you want to find out any more, you can go to the scarestocare.org website and you can find out more about the charity. Anything else you wanted to let the people know, Joe?
um, I think we've covered it all. I mean, we really appreciate everybody's support, and we would invite everybody to come out to our conventions, hopefully in 2021.
Yep.
We'll get back to that. We're planning two, one in Racine, Wisconsin in April, and our main show in Williamsburg, as always, in August. So we have an open door policy. If you don't even have to like horror, if you just like to maybe enjoy haunted houses or something like that, and you like helping people, come on out. We'd love to have you.
Yeah, it's a great convention. It's probably the warmest atmosphere you're ever going to find at a horror convention, and it's definitely a family feel, and I appreciate that. And I think if you come out to see the Williamsburg show next year, I'll see you there too. Thanks again, Joe.
Absolutely, my pleasure, Victoria.
All right, you have a great day, and thanks to everybody for being part of all the horror.